It was in 1872 when finally a winemaker called Jose Raventos produced the first bottle of cava.
So many times I get the question, so what's special about Forum-Nexus? What would be the bullets that characterize Forum-Nexus? What makes it unique? One is the emphasis on professional visits. It's not just learning from the classroom, but also learning from visiting companies and international organizations in Europe.
And then I think one of my favorite actual aspects of the trip are the professional visits too. Visiting the United Nations was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. It's just something that you don't expect to ever really do. So being able to go there in like a class kind of setting and learn about what's going on and all of the current issues and how they're dealt with and where they're dealt with in the room, and you know, it's kind of like what we're learning about in a nutshell too, because it's a lot of different cultures coming together and dealing with each other for different reasons, whether it's for crises or just for negotiations. It was a really cool visit, and that's indicative of the whole program, I think.
So France 24 is a three TV channels. The content is current affairs of the world. We broadcast in French, but also in English, in Spanish, Russian, Romanian, Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, Vietnamese, Cambodian, and some other languages.
Well, here we are at France 24 with Forum-Nexus. It's pretty awesome.
We are really an international media, and we are speaking about all the international current affair. Of course, the international current affair is all the affair that makes sense for the world.
It is pretty common for many young people that they have been evolving in a linear kind of way. You know, they went in the direction in which they were expected to go by their environments, by their parents, by their friends. You know, it was normal. And sometimes they are not 100% convinced of that direction. They want to see the world, they want to evaluate other options, maybe they want to work for a year or two somewhere else.
And we're at CERN in Geneva, Switzerland, and we're here to see some particles collide, hopefully. Woo!
We will visit places where we host accelerators to see the newest one, the Large Hadron Collider. Probably you heard about it, the largest accelerator in the world, tracking particles to almost the speed of light. We will produce conditions, and we try to recreate the conditions of the universe when it was very young. You heard about the Big Bang, and we try to learn a lot about what we don't know about the universe.
Okay, the professional visit that I got the feeling I really got a lot out of, and I did not expect to get anything out of it, was CERN. I went there basically because I think that science is interesting, and I thought I wouldn't get another opportunity to go, but I never thought of it as a professional visit for me, since I am an economics major. So, but I went there and I found out that they need people in also the finance department. And just thinking about that in a place like Switzerland, which I love, in such an interesting organization, is something that really attracted me. It was very, very unexpected, a very happy surprise.
Forum-Nexus is an opportunity for them to ask themselves those existential questions, those questions in terms of direction. How can I best fulfill my potential as a professional, as a human being? And it's fabulous for networking. All the executives and officials of international organizations that receive Forum-Nexus students are pretty high-ranking, and they are open to conversations with the students one-on-one, exchange of business cards. Many times students approach them after the lectures and they ask for opportunities for internships with their organizations, with their companies, and we have had many successful matches in the past as a result of the visit.
We are an international, intergovernmental organization, which means that governments entirely decide our program of work and budget, and they fund it. We have an entire team of professional, top-notch international statisticians that look at the comparability of these statistics, that make them reliable. So we're considered one of the statistical powerhouses in this world.
It was wonderful to hear the presentation on what they have to do, how they develop the research to decide the different approaches to better assess what needs to be done in multiple countries.
I think the balance between our professional visits and our academic way and our personal life is actually very well balanced. We get to go to the places that if we're by ourselves, we'll never have a chance to go in. Going to the UN quarter in Geneva, and WTO, and UNESCO, and all these wonderful places that I'll never think of going in and might never have a chance by myself. We have our part of our lives we can enjoy whenever we go to, and still we have time to study, and yet the professional visits can bring you a lot of new thoughts.